beautiful people? This is your girl, Blue Nola. I am back in the building. We're going to focus our attention today on Nelly. All right. We're going to move the needle forward with new content. We're going to focus our attention today on Nelly. I'm going to do a quick check-in on Tory Lanez and his situation as it relates to his appeal. And then there are a few other people that I wrote down that I really feel like I need to speak on. All right. Or want to speak on. Not need to, but want. So let's get into Nelly. But before I do, don't forget to like. Don't forget to comment and tell me what you really think about this situation. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. All right. Important to hit that subscribe button. Also, if you like to book with me, you can book with me at BlueNolaTarot.com. I have a really great deal on the website. If you have any problems booking, don't forget to just send me a message through the website and I will help you book. Okay. So let's jump into it. It says rapper Nelly was arrested on Wednesday at the St. Louis area casino. This is by a Missouri Highway Patrol officer. They're alleging that he had 4 ecstasy pills on him. And of course, there's also a report that he didn't have insurance. All right. His lawyer saying this case will die. His lawyer is saying that he was targeted and that they conducted an improper search. This happened around 4:45 in the morning. He was held and then he was released. All right. He was actually at the casino where they claimed that he had won a jackpot. He grew up in the area, so he frequents the area quite a bit. This is what they're saying. I'm just summarizing it. This is through AP News. And basically what they're saying is that he was cited in 2018 for not having insurance. So this is this is the norm for him. He just don't know how to keep insurance. So basically, online Missouri court records show that Nelly, whose birth name is Cornell Haynes II, was cited in June of 2018 in Maryland Heights with operating a vehicle without proper proof of insurance. A judge issued a warrant for him in December of 2023, and it remained outstanding. So he technically got caught up with that too. Wow. It's crazy how we're struggling to, I don't know about struggling, but how we're trying to pay our insurance and keep it up to date, right? So we won't have any problems, especially in Louisiana, baby. You don't want no problems. And these people that, you know, they have so much access, they can't even keep basic insurance on their cars. I mean, how much would it be to go put $3,000 down on your insurance? They said Rosenblum, which is Nelly's attorney, said that he had won several casino jackpots and he sought to collect them. And the officer would have supervised the transaction, needlessly ran a search on the warrants. Oh, so they're saying like he literally, but you gotta watch the casinos, because the casinos now, when you and I don't know how these casinos operate where he is, but I know in Louisiana they actually do a check on you to see if you owe child support. So they, like these casinos, depending on what state you're in, they now have these new systems, these new things that show up that they do now, where they will, each person, and whether you know it or not, they're running your name here in Louisiana specifically. They're running your name through a program to see if you owe back child support. So they do have systems in place. Now they're saying that this man, when Nelly had won those jackpots, that he sought to collect them. The officer who would have supervised the transaction needlessly ran a search for warrants. Once the officer found out about the outstanding warrant, he cuffed Nelly's hands behind his belt back and felt compelled to parade him through the casino in front of the customers. Wow. So that does feel like that's kind of targeted, right? You would have to like really know the policy of that casino to see if that's a normal that they run searches on people, because that's not normal to me. That does feel targeted. I know. And then what casino he was in? I know in Louisiana they do the DCFS search, right? The child support search. But I didn't know that they were running searches to see if people had like warrants and stuff like that. I don't know if that's that jurisdiction or what have you, but that does sound a little strange. Nelly's attorney called the officer that the officer found alleged ecstasy. Nelly's attorney called what the officer found alleged ecstasy, said the officer did not have probable cause to justify searching him. Nelly wasn't notified of the warrant and did not know about it. I'm 100% confident that this case will go nowhere. and we will be asking for injury into the officer's conduct. The highway patrol report provided no details. They said that there was similar instances. Rosenbaum said that in similar circumstances, any other citizen would have chose to address it and allow it to go their way. Nelly is a 3-time Grammy Award winner and all this stuff like that. He was arrested in 2015 for drug charges, so he's not a stranger to having for drug charges. In 2017, there was a lady who accused him of some type of situation, and then So I don't know if that in that particular casino, if that's the norm, that they run searches on a person's name to see if they have warrants. I do know about the DCFS check. You guys know I used to be a casino manager. I know about that, but I would have to look into that and see if that's the norm, right? Because that does sound like you were targeting him in a way. Let me take a quick break and I'll come right back. All right, I'm back. So I had to check something because by me being a casino-minded person, I actually went and checked his jurisdiction in his area. Now, if anybody's from that area and you visit that casino, please let me know. If you work in that casino, let me know. Now, I did look it up really quickly. I wanted to take a quick second because I was like, I know that people, like different cities in different jurisdictions, they do different things. I know for sure here in Louisiana, they do the DCFS search, which means if you hit a jackpot, male or female, old or gray, you can be 90 years old, they're going to run your social security number through the DCFS system to see if you owe back child support. If you're current, you're fine. If you owe child support and you hit a jackpot, say for $5,000, they're going to process your jackpot. They're going to take that $5,000 to satisfy the child support, and they're going to give you the balance after tax. This is what they do in Louisiana. Now, I just found a proposal or some information about Illinois specifically, right? Where is he from? I think he's from St. Louis, Missouri. But I did find something out, not Illinois, but St. Louis, Missouri. I did find out that certain jurisdictions are doing this. They said, turns out some gambling industries are doing added checks. So they actually check there is a process where they check for exclusions. It's not all the time. Most times in Louisiana, they check for exclusions on people. It really is situational, right? So for example, if a person is excluded because they did a self-exclusion means I have a gambling problem. I like to sign myself out the casino, and then you still go back and they run your name, they put you out the casino and they can arrest you. It could be a forced exclusion, but most times people are doing self-exclusions because they have a gambling problem. So I can see the casino, like putting people out because of checking the self-exclusion list. That's there. They are also randomly checking patrons for outstanding criminal warrants and being unregistered sex offenders. So there is something to that. I would have to really specifically look at, Nelly's specific area, but this actually is showing me that some jurisdictions are doing this at random. It's unfortunate that he got caught up in this situation. He's having a good time. He's at the casino enjoying himself, winning jackpots. He must have been on a high. And then all of a sudden he's being arrested. Again, it depends on his jurisdiction. It depends on what they've agreed to. That person has the right, if that's within the confines of their internal controls or their policies, that they can do that. I know in Louisiana we have the DCFS system. I haven't been in the casino industry since 2014, but I just wanted to verify that. And that is in fact this is actually in Illinois I'm looking at. I believe this is in Illinois that I'm looking at. But I'm seeing some information like that is in certain jurisdictions. There is something that allows people to check your information to see if you owe back child support. Like I said, in Louisiana, if you're on the self-exclusion list, and now I even see something about they have something set up where they can randomly check you just to see if you have a warrant. So it's insane. So give me the energy around Nelly, Spirit. I feel like it still feels targeted to me, but let's ask this question. Was it a targeted act? The Seven of Swords is coming up. So the Seven of Swords represents targeted. It represents an underhanded act. It represents somebody trying to do something to somebody. It is coming up, even though I just read all this, that is coming up as he was targeted. Now, you don't have insurance. It's something you should keep, right? It's not nobody's responsibility to verify that you have warrants. It's your job to know. You know that you got stopped. Getting stopped leads to one thing, leads to another. Everybody knows that, right? That's not nobody's job to tell you you have a warrant for not having insurance. Like people, was Nelly aware that he had an outstanding warrant for not showing up to court, not doing what he was supposed to do? He has the Devil card here, along with the King of Cups, along with the Five of Wands. And I'm going to say he knew he had something, right? When you see that King of Cups and that Five of Wands, that represents there's a known conflict there. There's a message around conflict. And that Five of Wands is actually avoiding conflict. You're avoiding conflict. You're avoiding judgment. You're avoiding the tribunal. You're avoiding the law. And let's remember, even in this article, it says he has a history of not having insurance. He has a pattern of this, right? And I can see why he didn't have insurance this time, because he's already had no insurance. He has issues getting insurance. He would have had to go answer to the court system in order to fix it, correct it. He has a warrant, so why would he go and try to put insurance on a car? He could have got Ashanti to put insurance on the car. But this is a person who's avoiding conflict, and even his King of Cups, when you look at it, this shows that he was aware, and even in the Ten of Swords, it just caught up to him. That's just like the guy that was driving around with no ID, talking to the judge, and pretending like he didn't know what was going on. Nelly, you got to do better, right? You got to do better. Also, he has a Devil card in his messages. I know his lawyer is trying to say that he didn't have the ecstasy pills, and we're going to ask this more specifically. But this talks about a pill that, the Devil card is all about, it could be an addiction aspect. It could be something that you take for pleasure, something that you take to play with. These are something that you take to control your mental health and however you feel. Euphoric energy, right? So it is here. Listen, it's not set in stone, but I know he's newly. I know he's newly married. He doesn't want his wife to see him being arrested with ecstasy pills and irresponsible looking. He just had a baby, but it's even showing in his messages here. There's an element that's coming up that talks about what Devil aspect is: pleasure, addiction, compulsive behavior. Even that gambling is a compulsive thing. That gambling is coming up as a compulsive thing. That indulging, it comes up as a compulsive thing. Being in a euphoric state of mind. I remember seeing Nelly on stage one time looking like he was out of his mind. And then there was another time looking like he was. So I don't believe that he's not under the influence sometimes. I don't believe it. And I do believe in his King of Cups energy. He's not telling the truth. And he's not being truthful about the fact that he wasn't aware of certain things. Now, was the officer being a menace to society? Absolutely, right? That's what it shows. Like, it shows him being a menace to society. But again, you take care of your business, no matter who run what, they can't find nothing. Oops. So let's go ahead and pick that up, and then we're going to keep moving. Listen, maybe he had some Advil that looked like mommy. Stop. Sometimes those pills be a different color, and they all look the same. That number is mighty specific, huh? 4, not a bottle. 4. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. So the next question is this. So I'm going to say this. He does feel like with his insurance, he's well aware of his insurance situation way before this. It does show he's not taking accountability, that he was avoiding even getting it resolved because he knew it was going to lead to consequences. He shows avoiding conflict. He shows avoiding the law, and he shows avoiding tribunal. That's what it shows in his messages. He has a message around indulgence. That indulgence can be the word drugs, can pop up, and that's my chair, sorry, pop up. That's what it talks about. Will he... Is he using those? What is he using those ecstasy pills for? If he's using them, I'm gonna say it like that because I wanna, these readings are for entertainment purposes. What's going on? You're supposed to be happily married, enjoying your wife and baby. What's up with those ecstasy pills? Those alleged ecstasy pills. Seven of Wands. Queen of Swords. He doesn't want his wife to see him in a bad light, and that is for sure. When you look at this message here, this represents he's focused. He's worried about that, right? The Queen of Cups in reverse. That's Ashanti. That could represent the message dishonoring her. He has another message here, feeling embarrassed, anxiety, overwhelmed. Of course, and then also here in his messages talks about disgrace. So this feels embarrassing to him. Okay, this is why I do feel like he's gonna try to talk his way out of it and try to claw his way out of it. But he has in his I'm sorry, but there's negligence on his part as it relates to the insurance and in the situation. I do feel like the officer was being an ass and intentionally trying to make a problem for him. But when you see that King of Pentacles in reverse, that talks about somebody who, again, could be indulging. That could talk about a person who, is getting into stuff. Give me the energy around Nelly. Is he cheating on his wife? Is he cheating on Ashanti? Justice card in reverse. Ace of Pentacles. Nine of Wands. Star of Strength cards. Legally, he may want to make sure that he's got a good leg to stand on, because that Justice card is basically telling us that this lawyer is trying to say this didn't happen, but it almost shows you like something happened. He's going to try to defend it, though. That represents trying to defend it. It's, in his messages. I mean, I don't know how successful he'll be, but it shows in his messages trying to defend it. He has a message defending it here and a message of defending it here. This is a judgment coming his way, too. And even here, this talks about having a solid foundation to stand on. And even here, this talks about him, not complying and not doing what he's supposed to do. And, a lot of times, just like with the Justin Timberlake, trying to use the celebrity status, trying to manipulate the situation, what have you. I don't see a whole lot of cheating in here right now. It's like I'm not seeing cheating. I'm seeing more of like using it as an indulgent aspect. But he does have creeping in here. He does have it. Okay. So I spoke too soon. He does have it. He has the moon aspects and the Seven of Swords. And what I mean by that represents somebody who's being deceptive, that somebody's being secretive. And then even his Seven of Swords, that could represent somebody who is actually doing stuff. That's another secret aspect. That's another thing about doing something behind somebody's back. So it does show like he could be, being sneaky in his relationship. High Priestess is coming up saying that is the truth. Page of Wands is here as well. Talks about conflict and stress and tension. I could see him feeling stress, tension. Again, new wife, new baby situation. This is why you got to keep your nose clean, Broadcast live on the west side. Where the real die and the rest die. Yeah. Keep your nose clean. Never trust a word of a dope fiend. Keep it sharp at all times. Run them numbers up. Alright. I don't know, y'all. This is feeling like Nelly was on bullcrap. I do feel like the officer was on bullcrap. But it feels like he was on bullcrap too. Give me the energy around Ashanti. Is she going to stand behind him and support him and stick with him? I feel like they're going to make it through a little storm. need to watch him a little bit because it feels like he still be on a little bull crap. I still see them being together, but I do see where, you know, this shows continuing to move forward, temporary setback, making a transition forward, messages around just almost like he could, you know, promise to get help or, you know, what have you. His hangman is here, represents making a sacrifice. He does have messages around infidelity, disloyalty. A lot of it's falling in his future position too. I do feel like he's going to try to protect, and this is why he's probably fighting too, because it does feel like it was kind of like set up-ish. But at the end of the day, it looks, you didn't have your insurance, you didn't have your business in order, and once they got you, they can technically search you. Like, I mean, you got, you know, like, what is he talking about? It almost makes you feel like just settle it and be done with it, right? And do the right thing and just settle it. It does show he avoids major situation, but this shows he may have to go in front of a judge or his lawyer, right? And then they come up with some type of result. He giving me a little bit sneaky vibes. I was hoping that he would do better this time around, but he is giving me a little sneaky vibes. Even in this hand, it's giving me like sneaky. Problem with these guys in the industry, you know, Shanti's a beautiful woman. She's talented. She's so supportive. She loves him. And, you know, I hope you don't fuck it up, sir. You know? But I feel like they're going to roll through this moment, but I do feel like there could be some stress down the road. He's just giving me sneaky vibes. So, anyway, I wanted to ask, can she, you know, how does she, like, she's going to roll with him. Does she trust him? She loves her husband, child. She will feel stressed about some of the stuff that he does, but she loves him, and this feels like she still wants him to want to move forward with him. I do feel like down the road, there may be some challenges coming their way. That King of Swords could represent a person who, this is on Nelly's manipulation energy, causing some concern. Watching what he says. Watch what he says. This could represent marriage crumbling in 1 to 4 years. So it does show the marriage could be affected eventually, and it'll be his fault. I know you better get it together, because she ain't having it. And this shows in 1 to 4 years. All right. Anyway, guys, like, comment, subscribe, share if you care. Don't forget that you can book with me at BlueNolaTarot.com. This is on Nelly. I like Nelly for Shanti, and I see him, you know, I saw him doing much better. But you know how they always say, you can't change people. You know, you can only hope for the best and wish for the best. Again, like, comment, subscribe, share if you care. I just wanted to look up that policy to see, like, what that was. If you are from that area and you know about that policy, let me know. There's nothing to stop somebody from running your name. That's really, even like in Louisiana, when I think about it, there's nothing from a state police officer who's in the casino. Because just remember, the state police is always there. There's always someone assigned there. And I do know, just from like being in the casino industry, they'll run a celebrity's name in a minute. Now that I'm thinking about it, I remember we had a guy that we actually suspended because he was running some people in NBA players. Like he ran whose name was that he ran? He was running some celebrities. I think it was Allen Iverson, and he was trying to see if they had child support. And you know, with that DCFS system, you just can't run anybody. They want to know why you're running it. You got to have a reason to run it. But people be really running people's name to see what they got going on. So it does not surprise me at all. And you just never know. They could have ran his name before and was waiting on him to come back. Just people be like that. But anyway, guys, let me know if you live in that jurisdiction, because different jurisdictions are allowed to do different things. And there's nothing to stop that police officer from running anything on him. And especially in that particular casino, if there's a policy and internal control that will allow him. And as the state police, he can do it at random. I do feel like there should be a reason why he's doing it, but I don't know what the policy is there. I just don't know. But it looks like based on what I was reading Some jurisdiction allow for random searches to search if a person has, from what I read, outstanding, what did it say, outstanding warrants, and if they had, what did they say? They said outstanding warrants to see if you are self-excluded, to see if you are sex of, and like there's some jurisdictions that's looking at all of that. So I just don't 100% know what's in their jurisdiction. I know self-exclusion is one, but self-exclusion is like kind of to me like a case-by-case situation. Even checking somebody's warrants is a case-by-case situation. We don't just, in a casino, we didn't just randomly say, can you run this person? Unless we have cause. But I definitely know in Louisiana, DCFS is ran on every single person. And maybe in that particular casino, they have certain policies and procedures. And if the person was just randomly running his name for no reason, they may be able to take that as a, maybe be able to look at that as a matter. But I don't exactly know what that policy is for him to run that, to see if he had a warrant. All right. Take care. Stay blessed, encouraged, and empowered. Bye.